Joined tonight by members of the 1986 baseball team going into the Hall of Fame tonight here at St. Joseph's College. We're joined by head coach Jim Graffam, Kevin Fitzgerald, Arlo Pike, and Steve MacDowell, all members of that team. A record-setting team at that time, and still one of the very best in program history. I'll start with Coach. What was your reaction when you found out that this team was going in?
Well, first off, I couldn't believe it had been 30 years. That was amazing, but it was very well deserved. I mean, this team really put us on the map. It actually propelled us through the next 8 years. We won 6 titles after that, and
right.
it was this team that really got them going. And I'm very proud of these guys. The first couple of years here wasn't as easy as maybe Willie's made it seem lately. So this was well deserved. So
awesome. And you guys. Whoever wants to speak, I know this is a group interview, so it's always a little bit different. Steve will.
Yeah.
Just talk about what you guys thought when you found out that this team was going in. Arlo, of course, you're already in our Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
This old hat for you, right?
Yeah.
But you guys, just, as a team going in, it's a pretty special honor. It's just a handful or less that have gone in as a team. What does that mean to you guys?
This team was almost like a family, I would say. Back then, it's just the road trips that we would go on and just the camaraderie that this team had. It was a very special time for myself and I think all of us. Not only were we successful, but we had a lot of obviously lifelong friendships that were built during that season.
Yeah, no, I was just as excited about getting a chance to see all these guys again as being inducted. It's a great honor to be inducted, but today we were down the alumni game. There was probably 5 or 6 of us there, and it felt like our last game we played there 30 years ago. Like
Cool.
Nothing's changed, everything, the personality's the same. It was just really great to see everybody. A little scary, but yeah, but it's really nice to see everybody.
Yeah, and Kevin hit it on the head. I mean, we were almost brothers out there. When we first started this program, we didn't have the beautiful field that we have out there now. And we used to have to bus to practices and roll the infield, and we did everything. And we kind of had a chip on our shoulders, and we decided that we weren't going to be the laughingstock anymore. So,
Coach, I'll go right back to you, and quickly we'll talk about some of the great moments of that season. I know there's some really big wins, a Western New England win, and all those kinds of things. Let's kind of talk about that.
Well, we actually beat 4 Division I schools that year, and that I think is still a record because they won't let them play Division I's
right,
anymore.
It's unheard of now. Right.
So that was great. We actually, I'm going to bring this up in a minute, but from March 30th to April 29th, we were 26-1, and we beat 4 Division I's, 2 Division II's, and the only game we lost was a 4-2 loss to the University of Maryland. So that's a pretty good month for anybody.
Right.
So
yeah.
I think I slept well that month. I think so.
Yeah, most likely. Well, that's awesome. And you guys, let's talk about some of the memories. You say this was one of the first years, right, that you had a field on campus. If not the first year, was 85 the first year that we had it on
85,
campus?
Yeah.
So it was still a pretty new thing to play right here on campus in front of your home crowd, which is a big deal. Give me some memories, so maybe off-field, on-field, something good funny about Coach Graffam, something good.
I think just the opportunity to play against those Division I schools, playing at Virginia Commonwealth University in a AAA ballpark, brand new AAA ballpark. And I remember it clear as day, just like yesterday. All those games against Division I schools were special to us. Like Steve said, nobody knew who we were, so going in and beating those programs, people started to pay a little bit of attention to us.
Right.
Yeah. One of the biggest things I remember is my first day on campus coming in, and the baseball field was 2 big piles of dirt. We had no field. Freshman had no field. We played at Johnson Field down on Route 35.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, I was playing in 8th grade against Coach Will Sanborn. He was pitching against us. We'd go over there 4 or 5 hours before the game, and we'd do all the ground screw. Teams would come in, like Steve said, kind of laugh at us, but they didn't leave. When they left, they weren't laughing anymore. So it was pretty special,
Right.
Yeah.
Just that growth of the program.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, and going back to that field that Arlo mentioned, it was like almost playing a wiffle ball game in your backyard because we had to make up the ground rules because we had a tennis court that was like 220 yards in between right field and center field, and I mean it was terrible at the time to play on those fields, but I mean I really think that really made us a lot tougher team.
Right, talk about that edge. That probably was the case.
I think so too. I just want to say that they went through a lot of adversity, and because of not having a field, and I kept promising them one, but you know how that is. I got a car out back I want you to buy, but you can't see it yet. But anyway, and then we wound up getting the field, and because of that, just what they just said, in the fall we played 30 games. We played inter-squad games during the week, and on the weekends we had St. Joe's Invitationals where I invited Yukon and Maine and Connecticut and UNH, Fordham came up and played us, and so these guys, we split our teams up, and they had a chance to face Division I competition, that way. And I think that it was experience versus opportunity in this particular year that they were ready for that when the challenge was laid.
That's the old NAIA days where you could play games in the fall, which was awesome.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore. I have two last questions for you, Coach. How did you recruit guys to come here and play with that kind of field situation? I know things are different now in facilities, even in Division III, the competition is huge. But back then, how did you get guys to come in a good group excellent group like this?
Well, first off, I only went after kids that I thought had solid character, because I knew that if I was going to build a program that was going to last, you needed guys like that. You couldn't have kids that came in that thought they were better than you and the program and everything else. Right. However, I think I was so young, I didn't realize that we were college baseball team as far as I was concerned. Now, we might have been playing somewhere else, but we were college baseball players. And so to give them an opportunity to do that, I knew, and the end result, obviously, is that they all got an education. And that was the goal to begin with. And if we could play baseball in between, then that was going to be fun, too. So.
Did you guys know going into that 86 season that you had something special on your hands? And maybe that there was a chance to go as far as you did?
Well, probably not as far as we did, but we knew that we were going to be pretty good, because the depth of that team was incredible. I mean, we had kids that would have started on a lot of other teams that were sitting on the bench, and Arlo alluded to it, Kevin did. The camaraderie of that team made it easy, because every kid sacrificed his ego for what that team accomplished, and it was very, very special. And that's why tonight's special, because you get to reward that sort of attitude.
Right. No, very cool. Guys, anything else? I know I asked for something, playing for Coach. What was that like? Let's give Coach some credit here and talk about that experience.
It's all right.
Great experience. Tough, fair, I guess would be the two first words that come into my mind. But it was just a great learning experience playing for Coach.
Cool.
Yeah, the same thing. And we talked about recruiting. One of the things that really got me in was when I first met with Coach. It was in the renovated girls' bathroom. That was his office. That really drew me in. That was really tremendous, huh, Coach? No, but Coach Graffam, he gave an opportunity that I wasn't going to get anywhere else, and just the leadership he showed us, and how much we really love the man, and it didn't take long to get that way. So I really can't put in words how I feel. So it's really tremendous.
That's awesome. Last word, Steve. Last word.
I think Coach Graffam, I think the world of him. His hard work and dedication to the program, and being away from home for the first time for a lot of us, he was a good father figure to look up to and run things by him, and so it was a pleasure. Great.
Thanks a lot, guys. We'll get you back to your groups.
Thank you.
Congrats again.
Appreciate it.
You guys have a great evening.
Thank you. Let's do it. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I owe you $10.